Hey, what's up guys? In this video we are going to be making a synth groove, basic synth groove, and I like to limit myself and force myself to find new ways to make best use of the limitation and make a sound more interesting with those limitations. So the limitation in question is the kind of sequence here, and it's just in G, and it's just a bunch of 16th notes. It's just an arpeggiator. I'm not going to be touching that, and I'm going to be making something a bit more interesting with that. And we're going to be making a groove that just kind of, I guess, I'm going to attempt to make something that'll make us kind of nod our heads. This isn't going to be like a start to finish sort of thing, but I'm going to be making something like so. Have I mentioned I'm going to be making something? Anyway, so I'm going to be dropping in Surim here, and I have our kick here, just to kind of drive things along. It's always good to just put a kick in there so you know what it sounds like in context. And this is our sequence. And if that doesn't annoy you, I apologize. My goal was to annoy. So let's do something. Let's first bring this down here. Okay, let's draw in maybe a square. Oh, maybe a pulse sort of thing. Yeah, let's do that. This is a pulse. And let's bring that down an octave. Maybe another one. And then bring the decay down a bit. Okay, cool. So this is the basis. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to... I clicked on the warp. So Surim has the ability to warp things. Let's go PWM. Let's see what that does. No. That's not what I want to do. That is basically an interesting idea. I'm taking something that's a very small pulse and then making the pulse smaller. It sounds like so, which is pretty interesting. But let's go to sync. Nope, not sync full window. We'll go sync no window. Cool. I'm gonna do a really cool trick. I'm gonna transfer this to the wavetable position. So I'll kind of render this out, and it's a really neat feature. Render oscillator A warp, boom. And what that does is that renders that out there. So, you know, you have more flexibility. You can use multiple, I guess, warp modes here. And yeah, let's just go bend and see what happens there. So let's take a look at this here. Let's have that just bend negative. All right, so I want that like so. Let's start automating some things here. So yeah, I have that wavetable position. Open up that like so. I'll hit B, and yeah, I'll just automate some stuff. That. And I'm going to adjust the phase. That sounds pretty neat. Alright, let's get an LFO tool in there just to see what happens. And I want to add a filter. And let's take a look at this as well. Alright, so we got a bit of movement there. And let's add some bass there, that -3. And I want this envelope on this here just a tad. Maybe just because it's smoothed out a bit of this a little bit before. Cool. Right, so the bend really adds to it. It makes it sound really interesting. Let's add a bit of noise. And by default, the noise isn't mapped to the audio envelope, I believe. And I want bright white. This is with no effects whatsoever, so let's add some. Just to give it a bit more of a groove here. What am I doing? I need a bit more low end there. Oh my god, what the heck did I do? Alright, so let's bring that down a bit. Alright, so that's basically it, right? And it's the celebration of limiting yourself, essentially. See what happens when we get some unison going on there. No, it doesn't sound too good. Right, and from there, you know, like, sky's the limit. And it's more of like, you know, the adjustment and playing around. And just making things sound dope. Right, and then we can add, you know, just maybe maybe some, I don't know, let's just put a loop on there just to see what it sounds like. Right? And it's just a way to make the sequence, just limiting yourself and making something and celebrating the limitations that you have imposed on yourself. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you learned stuff. Take care and have a good one.